Let me let the ambulance pass. Ghetto. What up, beautiful people? This is Drin, and welcome to my channel where we discuss life and music. Outside today, breathing in some fresh air. Hope everybody's feeling well and blessed. So today, I'm going to jump right into it. It's a very deep topic that a lot of people are sensitive about, including myself, and it's something that we all deal with at some point in our lives. I want to discuss how to deal with deception, especially when it's somebody that we love and trust. A lot of us are hurt because we've been deceived by people that we love, that we respect, that we honor, that we trust. And now we're in a place where we don't know how to get past that point. It's super important that we get to that place where we're able to forgive. Because forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for us. When we hold on to anger, to frustration, to sorrow, it hurts ourselves. We carry that baggage. So we gotta be responsible enough to let that go and to realize that that was just a lesson, not a loss. And that everything that we learn in that process is only going to make us stronger as we go on. The first important thing that we have to understand when it comes to deception is that we have been deceptive at some point in our lives. That's right. I know we hate to admit our faults, but there have come points in our lives when we have not been completely honest, or we've done something that has hurt others. Whether it was intentional or it was by accident, it still happened. We gotta be humble enough and show humility in these situations where somebody mistreats us or deceives us. We gotta be willing to put ourselves in that person's shoes and say, hey, I've been deceptive before, so I gotta understand that karma is real and that this is only here to teach me a lesson. I'm reading a really good book right now called The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. And in the book, he discusses the difference between trust and forgiveness. Just because you forgive someone, it does not mean that you have to go on trusting them. The amount of trust that you want to put into that relationship moving forward is up to you. But you don't have to hold on to the pain that deception brings. In fact, you shouldn't. Because as I mentioned earlier, it only weighs you down. It only makes you heavy. It only makes you feel inadequate. So we got to be able to let that go. And this goes all the way back to our childhood up until now. We got to go all the way back and forgive the people from our past, people that we feel like hurt us deeply, people that we feel like deceived us from day one. The number one key, in my opinion, to dealing with deception is having grace. Because we understand that we're not perfect and that in our lifetime we have and will do the same thing to others. Inadvertently or purposely, it doesn't really matter. It happens. See, the point of it all is to be free. Free of hurt, free of worry, free of pain. And things come every single day that could potentially hurt us and make us angry and make us upset. And we gotta be willing to trust the process. Understand that our purpose here is to go through these things so that we can become stronger. And the longer that you hold on to those things and harbor those feelings, the longer it'll take for you to reach your breakthrough. On the flip, when you're able to forgive, not forget, just forgive. Truly forgive. When you're able to let it go and move forward, that's a reflection of your character, of your maturity, of your strength. And believe it or not, the person that you forgive is able to see that, and they can learn from that. Now again, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. And forgiveness does not equate to trust. So what does that mean? That means that you can forgive those that hurt you, but you never have to trust them again. That's up to you. to decide, is this person worth my trust again? Because trust is something that once it's broken, it's really hard to put back together. And even when you do put it back together, it's not necessarily the same as it was before it was broken. And that's just a consequence that the person that deceives you has to deal with. But for you and your growth, you gotta understand that letting that thing go, putting that behind you, accepting what is and what isn't, it makes you the true victor in that situation. So how to deal with deception? Forgive. Move forward. Take it as a lesson and not a loss. We're all here to learn. That's why we experience the things that we experience, because we're learning, because we're growing. And the only way that you can know how to deal with something differently and in a better way the next time is to deal with it when it comes, to actually sit down and face it. Not run away from it, not pretend like it didn't happen. It changes you. That other person will go on about their lives and not even care what has happened. And it's you that's angry, that's upset. So you gotta forgive for you. Moving forward, make sure that when a person shows you who they are, you believe them. Don't be that person that sees someone being deceptive, and then when you get to know them, they deceive you and you're upset. Well, why are you upset? They're just being who they are. And it's up to you to see that, to acknowledge that, and you can still have a relationship, whatever that may be, a friendship, a family ship, whatever type of ship it is. You can still have that relationship, but you gotta understand this is who that person is, at least for now. And so I gotta accept that, and don't think that I can change who this person is based on who I am. That's not my responsibility. In fact, I'm just learning the importance of loving people where they are and accepting people where they are. People will change, but I'm not the person to change them. Life does that. Trust the process. That's really what I've been telling myself here lately. So many things come up and I get frustrated and I get upset, but then I quickly bring it back to zero because I realize this is for my benefit. This is for me. Everything that's happening in my life is for the good of my character. So trust the process. Allow it to be. And then ask God, what do I need to learn from this situation? How can I become better from this situation? You deal with that pain and deal with that hurt. You continue to be the great person that God has ordained you to be. That's how you're gonna become the very best version of yourself. It's to trust that process, to trust God, trust yourself, and let life happen. Didn't talk that much about music this week, but I'll be back next week. Hopefully have my piano up under me and I can play some things. But I thank you so much for tuning in every single week and for showing love, showing support. If you can relate to anything that I'm saying, please don't hesitate. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment so we can open up a much needed conversation about healing from our past hurt and becoming our best selves. With that being said, make sure y'all tune in next Wednesday where I'll be back talking about music and life. Much love, y'all. Be blessed. Peace.